I've been to America lots of times.
Lots of times.
That's always
what
rock musicians say when they've been out of work.
Yeah, we've been around America.
Oh, we've been to America. I think
yeah.
No, I've been to America. I just got back the other day, so I look dishevelled. Sorry, I'm not wearing a shirt.
You're certainly not worse than ours, anyway.
OK.
As you so politely
You're looking so wonderful this morning. How do you do it when you stay up all night and party?
You're a very good liar.
Yeah. Makeup and lighting.
Yeah, that's good.
So somebody says.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. It's nice not to get that boring intro saying the inspiration to Britpop and all that.
But come on, you are, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but it's nice not to get just as simply Ray is here, and it's so nice.
He's here.
It's like I'm among friends.
Oh, well, this is Christmas period, you see.
And it's a wonderful life.
It is a wonderful, wonderful life.
How many plugs for other people's products can we get in between now and noon?
But that is the fluffy movie for Christmas, isn't it?
I like plugging something that's been around longer than I have.
And there's Donna Reed.
These apples have been around longer than you have, Ray. That's what I can see.
Yeah.
So, are we allowed to ask what were you?
You know they're doing a remake of this.
Oh no, let's stop
really,
that.
don't buy this because wait for the remake with Uma Thurman and Tim Roth in the lead, directed by John Travolta.
You'll like that. Special gift appearance.
Quentin Tarantino has directed a new version.
What have you been doing then,
I'm
apart
not saying
from
any more now.
Putting together Hollywood film deals?
I'm trying to get my life together, basically, same as everybody else. No, I've been touring with this show, Storyteller. It started off as a prank, really. I had a book out called X-Ray about 4 years ago, and it was an autobiographical thing. And I did readings, and then I did readings with songs, and my agent came to see it, and he said, oh, don't ever play that, because it won't do well. And he refused to take bookings. Paul doesn't mind. His name's Paul Charles, he's my agent.
He's still your agent?
Yeah, of course, I'm having lunch with him. And Paul was worried that I'd lose the focus of the Kinks, which is a band I've played with for years. And, but I did some dates anyway, and this Storyteller show evolved from that, basically. And so I've been doing that for 2 years. So it was all
entirely your idea? So VH1 stole the idea?
No, VH1 didn't do that. They sort of took it and said,
developed it.
They said, no, they were looking for a slot. I think it was because the other channel had Unplugged.
Yeah.
And they were looking for something that had more content, story content, I guess. And I did a show at the Academy Theatre in New York, and everybody was there in the music business, no real people. But they saw the show and they said, we'd really like to take this show and turn it into a series, and would you do the first show? And that was wonderful. That was about 2 years ago. And they used my show as a demo to send to other people to persuade them to do it.
But there's been fabulous people taking part in it. Oh, no, it's
great.
Now. I mean,
What's happened is, it's my idea, but I think everybody brings their own style to it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own take on it. And I think it's interesting to get people out there speaking and explaining why they wrote the songs. I know when the songwriters I like to hear the stories behind the songs.
Yeah.
But my show is more autobiographical, and it develops now. The album that's coming out next year, I suppose we both plug it, that's what it's for.
Oh, go on, plug away then.
Plug away. The show that's coming out next year is, and the album is more of like a musical, I guess. It's got a beginning, middle and end, because it's the story of the band. It starts off with me as a kid at school, learning the guitar, all that stuff, going through all those things, and ending up with the band making their first hit. And it's got beginning, middle and end, like a show. So.
Should we have a clip of it? This is Ray Davies and Storytellers. See if you recognise this.
Days I remember all my life. Days when you can't see wrong from right. You took my life, but then I knew that very soon you'd leave me. But it's alright. Now I'm not frightened of this world, believe me. I wish today could be tomorrow. The night is dark, it just brings sorrow, let it wait. Thank you for the days, those endless days, those sacred days you gave me. I'm thinking of the days I won't forget a single day, believe me. I bless the light.
Next
From Storytellers, Ray Davies.
And I'd like to point out that song isn't in the show, but never mind.
Oh.
But I'll put it in as
An exclusive
That was an
on
exclusive
VH1.
then,
That's an exclusive. That's not in the show. I don't know why
so
I've
when's
cut
the
it.
show coming out here? When are we going to see it?
I think it'll come out with the album. I've done the show a few times here, but now we're actually doing a big time coordinated effort with the record. It'll be March, April.
Right, okay.
And I'll be playing London and all over the country.
Which sounds like yonks away, but
Germany.
probably is just around the corner.
Sorry?
Which sounds like yonks away, but it's just around
Just
the corner.
around the corner. Yeah.
Stick around, Ray. Ray Davies is with us on VH1 Sunday morning. We'll chat more in a minute. Meanwhile, Unleashed and, as we mentioned earlier, Unplugged. This is Bryan Adams.
I'm very lucky. I have to say this, yeah.
We are honoured. We're not worthy. You mentioned the new album just before we played a few videos. Is that all done and dusted?
It's not finished. It needs to be edited together. So...
Fine-tuned.
Fine-tuned, yeah. It's a good album, actually, because of what I've done. I've recreated in the show. It's difficult. I use lots of archive references, like to bands that played when I started, the blues bands and clubs in London. And instead of using the records, I've written new songs in that style. And I've got some old sort of blues players in the studio and recreated my own kind of archive music. And that plays in the background while I'm reading. It's quite... I like what they do. It's good.
Have you got a title for it yet, or is it just...
No, it'd probably be called Storyteller. Probably with the subtitle X-Ray, directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Of course.
So when you sit down and write, because when we were watching the videos, you said you have to be kicked into writing a song. You don't wake up one morning and a song is there and you go, oh yes, that's... And is there a story behind it?
I don't think of myself as a songwriter. I just did it. So I'm an art student, really. And it's something I did as a hobby. I still like to think of it as a hobby. I really admire professional songwriters, you know, like Oasis and people like that, because I think that, you know, they do it for a living. I still like to think I do it as a hobby. And when somebody says, oh, write an album, there's an album coming out, it really strikes me, I get frightened, get scared, I have to get drunk.
That's the best excuse I've heard, yeah. But then Oasis will go back and say, well, we've got Kinks albums and Ray Davies songs in our...
and they'll play their albums, write their album, make their record, and then they'll get drunk. But no, it's something I've always felt, it's a hobby first. If I don't enjoy it, how can I expect other people to enjoy it? That's my philosophy. It's always been like that. And I'll approach it kind of light-hearted and just go into it and make a record for fun.
Not bad results, then,
hopefully people won't say, oh, it's not as good as Waterloo Sunset, you really got me, Sunny Afternoon. There's all that backlog.
You'll always get that when the writers get...
I'll always get that, listen, I know that. What can I do? So I think I'm going to turn into another person and write it. Pretend I'm somebody else.
OK, so Quentin Tarantino's going to have a new album out in 1998, and it may bear some resemblance
He's going to direct. No,
you know?
it's just a mindset to get into, you know. It's character, right, put it into different characters. Because it's a big break for me, because I've never done a record as a solo artist, ever. I've always been with a band.
Yeah.
It's like playing in a team, and suddenly you've got to play the thing yourself.
Got to do the whole lot.
It's like playing in a football team, and you don't have to play with that same team. You can hire all the footballers you ever wanted, you know. Hire Maradona, or maybe not. But all the great players...
He'll be on drums.
He'll be drunk.
Good luck.
And hire all the best players to play with me. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it, really.
So what's your day job, then, if you say this is a hobby?
My day job, I'm a procurer.
Oh, of what?
Ideas.
Anything?
Anything
Dreaming
that works.
up movie ideas.
Anything that works, whatever it takes. I do songwriting courses. I have young writers in, or not so young writers as well, to do workshops. The first thing I say to them is, I can't teach you how to write songs. I think writers, the good ones, just do whatever it takes. Grab any idea, a newspaper cutting, anything that sparks off an idea, and it's the best way to work. You can teach people structure, but you can't tell them how to get an idea. That's something you have to work on.
Sure.
OK, well...
Will you come back and see us when the album's out, then?
I will, if you have me back.
Thank you very much.
But you're not allowed to plug it?
No, I won't plug it at all. I like the sparkly chairs, too. Who have you had here? Who's been on the chair?
A party.
Yes.
A party. Oh, it's sad, isn't it?
Something went horribly
Other
wrong.
than that, we're saying nothing.
Good.
Thanks, Ray. Happy Christmas. Thanks for joining.
Have a fantastic Christmas. What are you up to? Anything special?
Where am I going? I'm on an airplane somewhere.
Oh. Well, enjoy it.
Undisclosed destination.
Ah.
There you go.
Merry Christmas to you. Thanks
Good
so
to
much
you.
for coming in.
And
Excellent.
have a happy one. Everybody as well out there, have a good time.
Oh, what a lovely guy. We love that.
The best guy in the world.
Oh, we love it.
And happy Easter too.
Would you like to shut up now?